In response to the Space Shuttle Challenger article, disaster article, I think that in the first place, NASA has already made this change. Obviously, what they could have done differently at the time is just to trust the numbers. They had the research behind everything that they needed. They had the engineers, they had the people there that were giving them all the correct information, and it just didn't seem like anybody was really willing to put their foot down and stand up for the potential consequences of what the research was actually telling them. And that's what they ended up having to change after this disaster. They had to make a whole committee to force them to make sure that they were considering the full extent of the research that they were doing on every single part and piece and element of these huge shuttles. So that is number one. There were a couple instances where the correct or the helpful information wasn't collected at the time, like the temperature wasn't necessary in one of the measurements that they were taking right before the launch, and obviously I'm sure that has been changed at this time as well. As far as Roger is concerned, because of the amount of delays that this NASA mission underwent, I imagine that they were just anxious to get this thing off the ground. And I wish that Roger would have been okay with one more delay. I can't imagine that it cost the company any money. It would have been just pushing the press back. And they should have delayed. They should have delayed until a warmer month, because they obviously, if they had just delayed another 2 months, I'm sure that the weather would have been fine in Florida for the whole mission to go off as planned, especially where this Challenger had already had a successful mission previously to this one with some of the same equipment. If they had just waited, they wouldn't have had to compromise the integrity of this whole shuttle and kill 10 people. I know that we're supposed to keep his age in mind, and I don't even think that has anything to do with it. He just should have made the difficult decision to delay, and to remember that ultimately, while saving face with the press and all of these things are important, we're talking about human life. And that's what NASA is built around. It's built around people risking their lives to be able to just make new discoveries and potentially be able to discover new life and ways and places to create new life. As a future engineering professional, I think our ultimate loyalty is to the numbers, right? Is to the science, because the science is what is going to steer us all in the right direction. If we are concerned about loyalty to management or any of these other factors, or preserving the face of the company, then we aren't going to have our mindset in the right place. The science is going to tell us absolutely everything we need to know. And if we are loyal to the science, then we will be loyal to the public welfare.